I'm not gonna do the thing again. This is part two of earlier today. I came back from the gym not too long ago. Um, feel like I was a little interrupted, but you know, um, trying to remember what else I wanted to say. Keep your calm, keep your cool, keep your poise, be patient. Cause like I'm in a thing right now where I myself, I'm kind of losing my patience in some things, and someone had to talk to me. They had to um sit me to the side and talk to me about, you know, because I feel like I'm not where I want to be right now. Um, that I really wanted to be in a position where um I could be proud of. I'm not there yet. I will get there. It's just a matter of having the patience. It's just a matter of having the patience to, or developing the patience to deal with the storms, like I talked about in the last Vin part one. You know, it's it's really just about figuring out what works best for you and just staying strong. Cause like I'm 25, so um you're not you're not a kid, you're an adult, but you're not at the age where, on average, where you would just figure everything out. Like you're in an age where you're still very young. You still got your whole life ahead of you, but you're still old enough to know better. You're still old enough to do things yourself, to uh depend on you, to be independent. That's really those things. But um it's tough. It's tough, but it's about, I'm a I'm gonna quote some Eminem lyrics right here. It's about showing that inner strength to search within you. Gotta find that inner strength to not give up, not be a quitter, no matter how much you want to fall flat on your face until you collapse. Um, it's just find the thing that you like to do, that you enjoy doing, that gives you motivation, that gives you inspiration, and find a way to make that your to make that your purpose, and you'll be able to do things that you didn't even imagine you could do, and you'll be able to be in positions where you didn't think you would be able to get into. And it's a lot. It's a lot of things, but that's life. That's life. Like I said earlier, you got to deal with the highs and the lows. It's not always gonna be happy times, smiling like. It's not always gonna be like that. Sometimes it's not always gonna be like this. Sometimes it's gonna be like this, and you got to be able to enjoy the process of dealing with both. You know what? Obviously, when you're happy, you enjoy that. When you're down, obviously you don't enjoy that. But a way to combat it is finding out why you feel that way, figuring out how to deal with it, and what is the next step for it, further forward. I was trying to say forward, and I was trying to say further, but I ended up saying both further. But it's all within you. At the end of the day, nobody can do it for you. You gotta do it. You gotta put the effort. You gotta put the time in. You gotta deal with it. It's you versus you. It's that mental. It's that mental warfare. The mental warfare. I'm stumbling on my words. I'm like, come on, like my tongue is a little slow right now. It's just blah, 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 blah. It's like blah, 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 blah. But it's a mental warfare. You know, I once had a mentor tell me, well, when we had discussions back and forth when I was at a low place. I had the discussions with him, and he always used to make me feel at ease with the situations I was in. And one thing that we discussed was, would you rather be at peace with everybody else and at war with yourself, or would you rather be at war with the world but at peace with yourself? And I always said I'm gonna choose the latter. I'd rather be at peace with myself, because people aren't, not everybody's gonna like you. Not everybody cares about you. Not everybody wants to see you succeed. They don't all want to help you out. Some of them envy you. Some of them do this, or or they just deal with their own insecurities, or they deal with their own issues. Not everybody is there for you. Not everybody's there to help you. You know, you have to be able to help yourself and confide in the people that you really can trust, which is hard to find nowadays. But if you have that solid support system, you can get as far as you need to go. You know, um, I think it's like I'd rather not be the former, because it's like you have to look at yourself in the mirror every day. You have to deal with your own repercussions. You have to deal with your own actions. You have to look at you. Everything you do, you have to look at yourself. You have to look at yourself. And if you're doing things to please others and it goes against your values or it goes against who you are, at the end of the day, it's not hurting anybody else. It's hurting the man that you're looking at in the mirror. You. You know, it's crazy. It's just figuring out how you can be you and do what is important to you while avoiding temptation, while being strong within yourself to know what you will and will not put up with, what you won't, what you will and will not tolerate. You know, shit. Sometimes it takes people years to get to that point, and it really is like a lifelong battle. It's a lifelong struggle. Oh, it's a lifelong struggle, and from the time you go, from the time that you, um, from the time that you're a child going off to school to adulthood, you're always gonna be trying to figure out who you are. You may not know it right away, but there's certain things that you do and that you learn about yourself that lets you know who you are. You know, people think they know you for who you are, but they don't really know you as much as you do. They go off of what you were and not what you are. And they only have a certain space for you. Some people only have a certain space for you, and they will keep you. They'll fit you in that space. They'll fit you. They'll fit your piece in that space, and they will keep you there. They will just keep you there, and there's nothing you can do about it to them. You'll just be that, and you can't change your piece. You can't make your piece bigger. You can't make it shaped differently. You can't make it smaller. You can't do any of those things because this is the way that they want to see you, and they don't really care about who you became or who you are. They're only focused on the way that they can fit you into their world or the way that they can fit you into their space. It's nothing more than that for some people. And that's not growing. It's just it's a whole lot of things that people do or don't do that you may or may not pay attention to that can tell you who this person is and how they see you. You know, I think it's that, and it's also you show people how you want to be treated. You show people how to treat you. You know, whatever you tolerate, whatever you allow or you accept or you um, break morally, it shows them how you are and who you are. And that's not that aspect is not good. If you're allowing them to treat you a certain way that you don't like, you know, it's not going to speak well to you. It's unfortunate, but a lot of us struggle with that. You know, you try to please people, you try to fit into a certain space. It's like, because you know who they are, you know how they are with you, or you know how they operate. And in order for you to be in their space, you have to operate a certain way. You have to know that this is who they are and operate accordingly, which means you may have to distance yourself a little bit. Doesn't mean you have to cut them off completely, but distance yourself and operate in the way that is necessary for you to tolerate this person without completely cutting them off. And if it gets to the point where it's terrible, where it's just you can't do it, you gotta just cut them off. It's that simple. Well, it's not simple, but it should be. But unfortunately, the world doesn't work in black and white. There's always nuances, there's gray areas, you know, there's scenarios, you know, you don't a whole lot of stuff that I don't really want to get into right now. So I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. This part 2 was longer than I expected, but hey, here we are. So I'm going to have a video up tomorrow. And yeah, I'm going to see you guys tomorrow.